Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of this design. It was done using the script seen above me that me and my friend Lauren Sherman have been developing since 2011, and this design itself is intended to go on a forearm, which is why it kind of tapers down and is of this size. And while yes, you can scale an image, you cannot scale the thinnest line a tattoo can make, which is 0.7 millimeters, roughly, which is the width of mechanical pencil lead, and then when it blurs and bleeds over time, you still want enough space to use to be able to see that design. So here's a quick example of this at its minimum length, which is 6 inches, and then if we were to scale it smaller, this would happen, right? So that's why we can't scale it smaller. Otherwise, this is what the tattoo would look like. So, yeah. We're going to keep it at this size minimum, which is the 5.94964. Actually, we're going to make it exactly 6. Yeah, close enough. Okay. So, yeah, that is that design, and why it is laid out like this. As far as reading order, you read starting at the bottom and going counterclockwise. So we read the bottom word before the top word, bottom word, 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 so on and so forth. This sentence circle is kind of weird in its layout because I would try to find one at the bottom here, so I might try to read this one before this one, and then this one and this one, so I could see somebody looking at this and going, yickety-dah, do yickety, as opposed to yickety-do, yickety-dah, here, but hopefully in the general layout of everything, I wanted that visual symmetry of these two being, like, the same, plus kind of connected by that hyphen. Hopefully it makes it look like it's yickety-do, yickety-dah, as opposed to yickety-dah, do yickety, or even do yickety-dah, yickety. Anyway, so that is the layout. Let's go ahead and start into the actual words themselves. So starting reading at the bottom counterclockwise, here's our first letter of our first word, and it is a deep divot shape. So that means we're in the top row, and there are no lines that end on it. It is important that this line goes through this and ends on the little vowel. It turns it into an I with one line on it, as opposed to this being a B with no lines on it. If this line were to have ended here, this is now a G and an E. So instead of Bingle, it would be gingle instead of bingle. So yeah, Bing with 1, 2, 3 lines on the ng, L with 3 dots, and then the E centered. So bingle, Bongle, and again, these two words are done the same except for the lines on the ng. This one is here, here, and here, whereas this one is here, here, and here, and then the O as opposed to the I. So yep, and then there's a comma. These full circles on our sentence circles are the commas. So here's bingle-bongle. Then we have a deep divot with 3 dots, Dingle, and this is actually the same letter stem, well, base as those. Just rotated a little bit, again changing the lines on the NGs, and then adding 3 dots on the B's to make them a D, and then the A, of course, outside the circle as opposed to inside the circle. I'm actually gonna shorten this one a little bit just so it looks a bit less like a U with a line radiating out. And then we're going to shorten this one so that way, yippee, okay. Give us a little bit more breathing room. Bam. Okay. So this triple line is a hyphen, I forgot to mention. You see how there's a triple line here? This triple line is a hyphen, and then this extra one is the one from the NG. So this is just 3 because there's no lines attached to the NG. So Dangle. So those are the hyphens. This triple line, triple line, triple line. There's lots of hyphens. And then Y, 2 dots on it. I, 4 dots on the C, 2 dots on the K, E, T, shallow divot, no modifiers, and then Y with 2 dots. So there's yickety-do, deep divot, 3 dots with an O. And then, why does this go over there? Yippee. And then yickety, again, exactly the same thing. And then DAH. And this has some weird letter stacking happening. So we have that deep divot with 1, 2, 3 dots, and this is on the thinner one. The H is the thicker line with 2 modifiers on it, And then we have the A with a slash through it. Normally consonants are read before vowels, so it would be D-H-A, but to make it D-A-H, we've got to put a slash to the A to move it back in the stack. So it'd be a D-A-H. It's tricky. Watch the full guide, which is on the QR code and also linked in the bottom if you want to know more about letter stacking. But yeah, there's yickety-dah, and then we have P with 2 lines, 1, 2, I line going inwards, 1, 2, 3 lines on the NG, and then 1, 2 on the P-O-N-G, so ping pong. Done pretty much symmetrically-ish, just flipped, and the NGs are on like the opposite sides. Comma, and then L with 3 dots, I line going inwards. This is a double P, double letter. This is a double circle. Y, 2 dots, so lippy hyphen T-A-P-P-Y, lippy-tappy. T-double-O hyphen T-A-H, lippy-tappy too-tah. So yeah, that's that design. I hope you like it. Thanks.